Warning: the following program is intended for mature audiences only. It may contain explicit language, adult talk, and actions not suitable for younger listeners. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy the show.
How we doing, everybody? Welcome to the No Game Plan podcast again. Back with another episode on March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be covering our brackets.
Games start in less than an hour, so already had some pretty good first four games. The first game of the first four, the Alabama State win, was pretty exciting. Won on a buzzer beater pretty much. And then yesterday, with Xavier in Texas, we had another good game there. So already some good basketball before the tournament even starts. First game today is Louisville Creighton, so we're starting off pretty hot. Should be a good tournament.
Game. Louisville's
good
really
day.
hot right now. They had a pretty good season. I feel like they were ranked really high. They're an 8 seed coming in. I feel like they should have
been like a 5 instead of Michigan.
I think they should have been lower, I think, or in other terms, a better seed. But yeah, that's the first game today. It's going to be a good game. What other games do we have today? I can look at the schedule.
Sure.
Check out the schedule for y'all and see what other games are today.
We'll talk about some of our picks as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who we think's going to go far. Some of our upset picks as well.
So Wisconsin plays today. We got Purdue, Houston plays, Auburn plays, Clemson and McNeese. BYU and VCU is going to be a good game at 4:05, and then we got Georgia and Gonzaga. Another good game is Arkansas and Kansas. I feel like that'll be a close one. And then our Drake and Missouri are tonight. Yale and Texas A&M. Tennessee, Wofford plays. St. John's, UCLA, Utah State. Michigan versus UC San Diego.
That should be a good game too.
And then Texas Tech and UNCW play, or that's the last game of the night.
But pretty solid slate of games there.
Yes, sir. It's going to be crazy.
Shout out UNC Wilmington. My cousin Luke went there. Probably going to get smacked by Texas Tech, but you never know.
Hey, buddy, you wanna start us off? Go first.
Sure.
What are some of your picks?
Want to just talk about some of our upsets?
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Well, one of my first big upsets, I would say, is Yale over Texas A&M. I picked that in a few different brackets. I feel like Yale's got a solid team this year. UC San Diego, I didn't pick in this bracket I made here, but I feel like they could upset Michigan. And pretty solid team. What else do I got here? I did pick New Mexico over Marquette. It's not really a huge upset, but it's a 10-7. But I did pick Drake over Missouri. I feel like a lot of people are picking this game. I have them going even to Sweet 16, Elite 8, even in some brackets. I feel like they're a pretty solid team. I know you picked them as well.
Yeah, I have them going far in a few of my brackets. Not really this one, but ones I've done online for like leads and stuff. I had them going like Sweet 16. I feel like they're really good.
Yeah.
They're not in as good conference, but they've beaten some good teams, and they have this one really good player. I forget his name, but he's really good. He's a really good 3-point shooter. They got some big dudes. Like, I don't know, they're a good team. 30-3 overall for the season, so that's really good.
Yeah. And then another one I picked was Liberty over Oregon. I think Liberty won their conference this year. I think they're a pretty solid team. I know they score the ball pretty well. And Oregon, they were pretty good this year. Didn't win their conference or anything like that, but I do think Liberty's really good. They got a chance to win a few games here. Trying to think if I picked any other big upsets. I don't think I really had anything crazy other than those games. Picked this is my final four. Michigan State. That's my team. I'm a little biased, but they are really good defensively, especially in the second half. And the regular season, I think they won like 7 straight games against ranked opponents. And in all of those games, they didn't let the other team score for at least 3 minutes. Even in some games, I think against maybe Maryland, they didn't let them score for like almost 10 minutes to end the game. So pretty good defensively. They got some good scorers. Jace Richardson is a freshman, but I think he scored like 14 points per game this year. He did pretty solid, even starting the season off the bench. I also think Tennessee is going to be really good. They had a few big upsets at the end of the year. Got some pretty good scores as well on that team. Picked Duke to go far, especially if Cooper Flag plays.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also picked Florida, probably one of the highest scoring teams this year. I know they had a 100-point game against maybe Bama or another really good team to finish the season. So those are some of my picks.
Some of my upsets. I also have Liberty beating Oregon. I have Drake, like I mentioned earlier, making it to the Sweet 16. Let's see what else. I got Yale over Texas A&M. Pick that one. I feel like that Yale's always really good, and they're pretty good this year too. So let's see. I got VCU over BYU. I've heard
I
really good
also
things
have
about
that.
VCU. It's not like as much of an upset, but it's an 11-6 upset. So I mean, it's something you really wouldn't expect. But yeah, VCU. Heard good things about them. I don't really know much about them, but let's see what else. What else do I have?
I have Louisville beating Auburn.
I have that too. Yeah, Louisville beating Auburn.
So that's pretty doable.
In one of my brackets, I have Louisville making it to the Final Four. I feel like they're playing super hot right now. Of course, it's the first game, so I'm hoping they win. I really do. It's not going to be good if they don't.
Yeah.
So
a lot of my brackets are going to be cooked.
Let's see how far we make it perfectly. Maybe we'll get out of the first day perfect. Who knows? You never know.
I doubt it, but you never know.
I think that's all I really have for that one.
For the upsets.
For my upsets, yeah. My Final Four is like the same exact as yours. Michigan State, Florida, Duke, and Tennessee. Then I have Michigan State and Tennessee in the final, and then Tennessee winning. Just for this bracket.
Yeah, I have a lot of different brackets. I made like 8 brackets this morning after all the games were finalized.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I did like probably like 7 or 8 like he did. And I picked like Florida in a couple. I have Duke winning in a couple. So it's all different. You never know what's really going to happen because it's March Madness. So
yeah.
And 11:28 right now. So
yeah.
Almost game time. Gonna be watching basketball all day, drinking.
We made drinking game not too many rules, but I think we're taking a sip every 3-pointer, and then we got a couple chug rules as well. Shot if there's a buzzer beater. So should be a long day of drinking, especially with the 3-pointers. That's going to be the toughest one.
Yeah.
Any other teams got going far? Clemson. I think Clemson's going to go pretty far. I have them in my Elite Eight, at least in this bracket. I think I made a couple where I have them in the Final Four as well. St. John's, I think, will be decent. Don't play in the toughest conference, so that could be, a little bit of a tough situation for them once they start playing some of these better teams. But
like if they were to play Florida
right
in the Elite Eight, because they're in the Big East. The Big East has like changed a lot, and it's it used to be like really good. Like even when Syracuse was in the Big East, which is my team, but we didn't even sniff the playoffs this year. Oh well, we'll get Carmelo Anthony's son.
Kyan Anthony next year. Yep.
So, but yeah, the Big East is solid. They got St. John's, UConn won it last year. They're not as good this year, but UConn's in it. But yeah, St. John's is really good this year. I haven't seen them in the tournament in years.
Yeah. Rick Pitino really turned that team around.
Yeah, I got them in the Final Four in one of my brackets. So
let's see.
I don't know.
North
it's all
Carolina
about chance.
it is all about chance.
Like you just kind of bullshit your way through it. Like
Right.
just fill out all this stuff, and it's like,
Yeah.
I think, see what happens, see how many you can get correct. So
I think one of the teams that snuck into the bracket in the first four, North Carolina, I think they could go pretty far. They blew out San Diego State in the first four. That was a big game for them. I think they got a lot to prove, especially being one of the first four teams to have to play their way into the tournament. They got a lot of good players. I think they could prove some people wrong, go far. I have them winning the first game against Ole Miss, but I think they could easily go further than that and even play their way into the Sweet 16. I think a lot of my brackets, I have them going that far, none losing to Michigan State. So that's one of the teams that just made it in that I think could go decently far.
yeah, I mean, those last two games we've been watching, the North Carolina game and Texas Xavier, it kind of showed me like how they play. We got to watch them, and it kind of honestly made me switch my decision, especially on my brackets on my phone, because I had Ole Miss winning, and then I had what was the other? Illinois, but I honestly switched them.
Yeah, Xavier
on my phone
because
I picked Xavier and I picked what was the other team?
North Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah, Xavier
to win.
Had like a 13-point comeback last night in the second half too. They played really well down the stretch. They had that Foster guy who was just draining threes.
And that Zach guy that just kind of could hit threes, but could
He's
also
hitting
just
some nice
body
post
guys
fades
and
too.
Yeah, just taking advantage of the lane and getting his easy hook shots.
It's tough loss for Texas. I feel like they had a good amount of talented players. I had that one freshman. I think his name was like Trey Johnson, maybe.
Yeah.
I think led the SEC in scoring this year as a freshman, and they didn't even end up making the tournament. So I thought if they had gotten in, they could have made a nice push to Sweet 16, especially against Kentucky. If they had won in the first round, they would have played Kentucky in the second round. So, and we know how Kentucky is in the tournament. So, usually choke a good amount.
Speaking of Kentucky, I got them winning the first game.
Yeah.
Maybe the second game, and that's about it.
I think I have them losing to Illinois on this bracket.
I just don't really like them. Like,
even now that Calipari's gone, I still think they won't be as good.
Dude, I picked them to be in like my Final Four and even win it in some of my brackets last year, and they got literally destroyed.
They lost in the first round. They lost to Jack Golke.
Yeah, dude. They lost in the first round to Oakland.
Yep.
And now it makes me kind of rethink what the hell am I doing with this. But I feel like they should win today. I don't think they would lose to a 14 seed back-to-back years. But hey, you never know. It's March Madness and crazy shit happens.
Yep.
So
lots of craziness. Let's see. I don't know who. Say the worst one seed is probably Auburn or maybe Houston. Duke or Florida is probably the best one seed.
Yeah, I think Auburn, honestly.
Auburn's the weakest.
Yeah. Dude, they just had some like kind of bad losses. Not really bad losses,
especially,
but like
I think they lost to Tennessee too.
They lost to Tennessee. They lost to someone else. Like, I don't know. They're in one seed, but I don't know.
What else?
I could see them losing pretty early.
Yeah,
I just see
especially if they play Louisville, I think they could lose.
Because a few years back, they were a 4 seed and they lost to a 13 seed. I remember that. I forget the team, but it was a few years ago they lost.
Let's see.
The other thing is Kansas too. They never go far.
Yeah, I have them
even
losing the first
when
round.
They're a high seed too. When they're like a 1 or a 2, they never go far.
I have them losing to Arkansas first round today.
Yeah, I have Arkansas winning in some and Kansas winning in some. So that's the thing. It's like you're checking all your brackets while you're watching the games, and then you got to go back through and check. Oh, do I have this or do I have this? Like, and then it makes you think like, oh, am I gonna still have a perfect bracket or am I gonna get the points?
Cooked first game of the day.
Yeah, dude. Because I didn't pick Creighton at all. So my hope is in Louisville.
Yep. UConn's an 8 seed this year. That's kind of weird after winning back-to-back championships. They're playing Oklahoma tomorrow, I think. I mean, UConn will probably win. I think I picked Oklahoma in this one, but I've flip flopped on so many games. It doesn't really. There's literally no rhyme or reason to it. Yeah, it's kind of weird season for UConn. I mean, they still got Dan Hurley as their coach, so you always got to watch out for him.
Mm-hmm.
After 2 years of playing, the longest out of any teams left in March Madness, so I think they could still somehow make a push, but playing Florida in the first round or the second round would be pretty
Rough.
tough.
And I'd be shocked if Florida lost because they're really good. I have them going far. I have them even winning in some of my brackets. So if they lose, I am fucked.
Yep, me as well. I think I picked them in a couple this morning. Like I said earlier, I'm a little biased, but if Michigan State loses early, then a lot of my brackets are pretty cooked as well.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I got them going pretty far. Because I've gotten to watch them. Like, me and him have gotten to sit down and
that's
actually
my
watch
team,
Michigan
so I've
State.
watched them a good amount.
And I usually watch college basketball a lot more than I did this year. I didn't really get to watch as much this year, but I've been watching quite a bit this past couple of weeks with all the conference tournaments, and then us watching Michigan State, and I've gotten to see Wisconsin too. I think they're really good, so we're gonna see what happens. I also really like Bama.
Yeah,
I got them going. I think Elite 8-ish. This one's Sweet 16. I have them losing to Wisconsin, but I like them a lot because they put up a lot of points. They average 91 points a game.
Mm-hmm. That Sears dude.
Yeah, the Mark Sears dude. The lefty dude can shoot, can drive. They really push the tempo. I noticed with them. As soon as they get the ball, it's outlet pass. Let's get a quick basket and get back on defense. So
they could do good.
Yeah.
One thing that worries me about Michigan State, though, I think the last time they were a 2 seed, they lost that first round to Middle Tennessee. That's when they had a super stacked team. They had Denzel Valentine and a couple other guys as well. But, yeah, lost in the first round. So hopefully we don't have a repeat of that as a 2 seed. We play Bryant. It's the last game tomorrow. So
rest in peace, Cody.
Just hope we make it out of the first round with the team we got.
Yeah.
A lot of guys that are probably
I think you guys will be all right.
Leave. I think Jace Richardson will probably get drafted, so that'll be tough to have him as a one and done.
He might come back though.
We'll see.
I think he'll come back.
I hope he does. He's gross. Could get even better. So I don't know.
No reason to rush it, right? There's no reason to rush it.
Interested to see what Cooper Flagg will do because obviously the number one pick, but he had some mentions where he said, I don't know if I want to play for some of these teams. I mean, if you're going first overall, you're going to a bad team anyway. So it'll be interesting to see if he comes back next year.
I feel like he's gonna.
Yeah. He doesn't, the Hornets, if they got the first pick, that wouldn't be worst case scenario. They got a decent young team. But if he went to the Sixers, he'd be cooked the rest of his life. So.
I don't like that. And Joel Embiid and all of his injuries.
Yeah. Paul George too, way off P. It'll be interesting to see star players that come out in this tournament.
Yeah, if Cooper Flagg's healthy, Duke's gonna go far. If he's not, I don't see them going super far. I still see them going they could win 3 games, 4 games maybe. But if he's obviously he's not healthy. He's not going to be 100%. But if he's playing, then he gives them the best shot to win every single time. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. I think he's.
I think they play tomorrow. I think they play tomorrow. Yeah.
So he's supposed to play. We'll
play
see what
Mount
happens.
St. Mary's tomorrow.
Yeah, St. Mattress.
Mount St. Mattress. Let's see. I don't know what else we got. We got the game starting soon, so
yeah,
we'll have to get locked in.
T-minus 4:30-ish minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So got that going for us. We'll be doing that. And like Caleb said a little bit ago, we're going to be doing a drinking game with all the games. So we'll keep it a little more
Should
entertaining.
Be a long day. Yeah.
It's going to be
It's
fun.
our
though.
last day here on vacation, so we gotta
last full day. So
take March Madness to our advantage and get a little hammered. So.
Shout out our boy Jacob. That's with us on the trip too.
Got us with a nice setup today. We got some whiskey bottles behind the camera.
There's Jacob.
So there she is.
Say hello.
You got anything you want to say about tournament or no? Here you go.
I called it now. Wisconsin's winning it all.
That's all he's got to say. One and done.
I like Wisconsin, man. That's a good pick. Who's in your Final Four?
He's got to go check his Final
Four. He'll go check. In the meantime,
Wisconsin is really good. They did beat Michigan State in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah. So
should be interesting. See that Final Four, Jim.
I got Tennessee, St. John's, Michigan.
Michigan State or Michigan?
Michigan.
Oh, wow.
And Wisconsin.
Oh, interesting.
I think there's way too much hype around Michigan State right now. Like you were saying, Cable, all the experts are picking Michigan State, so they're probably going to lose first round, sadly. Hopefully not, though. I want them to win it all for my boy right here.
That'd be nice.
Thanks, Jacob, for your input. We'll see you on later podcasts.
That is a good point. I did say it earlier, I don't like all the experts picking Michigan State, but I guess we'll see. Tom Izzo, he's a great coach, especially at this time of the year. So, I guess we'll see what happens.
He's good in the playoffs. We're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
The last game tomorrow, so.
Got plenty of time to get the boys ready to go tomorrow. So, I guess we'll see, Jim. I don't know, Jim. I don't know. Should be some good basketball today.
Yeah, excited to watch. See if there's any good upsets. So
I hope so. We picked some of them.
Hoping I get a perfect bracket today.
It probably won't happen. We'll probably get fucked first game.
Yeah,
so.
I really hope it happens, but we're gonna find out, man. We might play some bets today too.
Yeah, we'll try to play some bets. We're in Pennsylvania. For some reason, it wasn't working the past couple of days. I was gonna bet on North Carolina and the over, so got Jim bobbed there.
Yeah, I was going to bet both of the nights. And
it's a good thing we didn't bet yesterday, though, because Texas lost. I was going to pick them to win.
Yeah. Not last night, but the night before. I was going to pick UNC, and I was going to do the over, and they crushed the over.
Yeah. I was going to do North Carolina.
Pennsylvania just doesn't want us to bet for one.
Yeah. I was going to do them minus 4.5, I think it was at the time, and then I was going to do the over. And, Pennsylvania just Jim bobbed us. So
wouldn't let us bet for some reason.
Yep, that is what it
Pennsylvania, I guess. I don't know. Still have a heart-to-heart with Pennsylvania, though. Pittsburgh is a part of Pennsylvania. So
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steel curtain, baby.
I think that's all we got for this. We got the games in 30 minutes, so I'll maybe try and get this uploaded before that starts. So.
Maybe we'll do a little filming during the games.
Yeah.
See our kind of live reactions of who won and what happened, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how drunk we are too. But
on a scale of sober to blackout, we'll see how drunk we are.
Yeah.
Should be a good couple weeks of basketball. We'll probably do a couple more podcasts once the first couple rounds are over and get our
kind of recap a little bit.
Yep. That's all we got for this one. Enjoy basketball. Enjoy this.
Like, comment, subscribe, man. Share our channel out there.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have some more guests coming on the channel soon. Obviously, our boy Jacob will be on a pod.
He'll be on there for sure.
And some of our other friends will be on there too. My girlfriend, try to get her on a pod too. Hopefully soon enough, but Yeah,
Yeah.
like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.